Ladies and gentlemen, get ready because what we're about to uncover isn't just Messyites, a Category 5 love hurricane tornado. Eazy. The block captain actually acknowledged out loud that he intentionally stole Remy Ma from Papoose, acting like a smooth-talking thief in the night as he walked off with hip-hop royalty's wife and grinned about it, like it was just another battle bar. I mean, where were you when this relationship earthquake hit the timeline? Because, baby, the streets are trembling, the fans are furious, and Remy's silence is louder than any diss track. This isn't just relationship drama. It's betrayal at the highest lyrical level. And if the rumors are accurate, if Eazy really planned this as a lengthy scam, and Papoose wasn't just taken by surprise, he was professionally played. Now, we must ask, was it love, retaliation, or the most vicious chess move hip-hop has ever witnessed? Because when Eazy said, "I took her and I'm not giving her back," the entire internet went silent. And what happened next, though? It only gets worse. Let's break it all down. It all began with a single smirk from Eazy, the block captain, who was caught mid-lean back in his chair as if he had won the lottery of love, and the prize was Remy Ma. Let's go back in time for a moment, because we need to comprehend how profound this betrayal is. Years ago, Remy Ma and Papoose were heralded as the last remaining power couple in hip-hop. We're talking about bet tributes, matching outfits at award shows, and holding it down while she was locked up. Papoose wasn't just her husband. He was the model for ride-or-die love. So, when rumors circulated earlier this year that Remy Ma was getting cozy with battle rapper Eazy, the block captain, fans were shocked because they didn't think Remy would jeopardize a 15-year legacy for some snarky prince. Initially, it was the late then came the moment that rocked the internet. A leaked behind-the-scenes video of Remy and Eazy getting way too close at a battle rap after-party. Talking, hands on thighs, whispering in each other's ears, and laughing like teenagers with energy. Nothing was confirmed until Eazy dropped the bomb in a now-viral live stream, and Eazy looked directly into the camera and said, quote, "I ain't sneaked nobody's girl. She picked me, so I took what was already leaving." Pardon me? When fans started bombarding the internet with memes, hot takes, and disbelief that Papoose had actually been cheated on by a man who uses battle metaphors in real life. Remy traded a king for a court jester. So someone got Papoose, a therapist, and a record deal. But let's stop here because this is where things start to get messy. An insider, by which we mean someone who allegedly worked with Remy's glam squad, spoke on an anonymous blog, revealing that the chemistry between Remy and I had been developing since early 2023. Apparently, the entourage knew that Eazy was always present. According to that same source, Rhee's behavior started to change around the time she and Eazy went on tour together. Her tone with Papoose became colder, and her Instagram posts became less couple goals and more soft launch vibes. Word is that Papoose had no idea what was going on behind the scenes. And one source put it plainly, Papoose thought they were good. But she had emotionally checked out long before the internet caught on. He would even show up during Rhee's interviews, linger backstage during Papoose sets, and always find a way to get into the frame. Okay? And Eazy knew exactly what he was doing. According to the rapper's friends, Eazy had long admired Remy not only as an artist, but also as a woman. Some even claim that during his come-up, he told close friends that he would eventually manifest or manipulate her. That's the million-dollar question. What's even more shocking is how public Eazy became after the rumors surfaced, rather than remaining quiet like most men caught in the middle of a scandal. Eazy went on a subtle flex spree, posting photos of Remy that were cropped just enough to be unmysticaled. One post simply mentioned the prize. "It isn't a trophy." Peace, sir. If this is peace, what does war look like? Meanwhile, poor Papoose was completely silent. No clapbacks posts or statements, but silence speaks louder than words. Fans noticed that Twitter was buzzing with questions. Is Papoose okay? He really vanished like a man who saw his entire life walk out the door. You guys better check on Papoose before we lose another real one. Then, the last straw, a close associate of the couple, allegedly leaked a private message thread between Papoose and Remy Ma. If the texts are authentic, it depicts a heartbreaking image of a man who was blindsided by betrayal. One of the messages reportedly reads, "I gave you everything. This wasn't just infidelity. It was a full-fledged character assassination of a man who spent years uplifting his woman, defending her legacy, and showing up when no one else would." The internet felt that pain. And TikTok began to appear with melancholic montages of Papoose and Remy's old moments, including her homecoming from prison, their vow renewals, and him crying during her performances. And all I asked for was respect. Not perfection, just respect. Another one. You didn't just hurt me. You humiliated me. He didn't deserve this, but what's worse is that, according to battle rap insiders, Remy and Eazy are now functionally inseparable. One even called them a power couple in the making, saying if Jay and Bay had a toxic cousin duo, it would be them. Let's face it, that's not a compliment. But despite all of this mess, Remy hasn't said anything, posted anything on Instagram, apologized, or offered an apologies, just a series of carefully chosen selfies, soft launches, and brand partnerships. It's almost as if she's moved on and left the mess for the world to sort through. If you look closely, this drama didn't start with that live stream. Rather, it started months ago, slowly, like a slow-burning fuse headed toward detonation. And guess what? The explosion has just begun. The moment the leaked messages surfaced, everything changed. Which was no longer just a rumor that circulated on Reddit forums and Twitter threads. It became a real, tangible, and devastating situation because one of the leaked audio clips purportedly captured Remy Ma whispering to Eazy during a quiet moment backstage, saying, "He's a good man, but he doesn't excite me anymore. You make me feel like I'm 25 again." Boom. That one line hit harder than any punch Eazy ever threw in the battle ring. The audio, which was allegedly recorded by someone on their tour, leaked to a gossip blog within hours, and the internet went into overdrive. TikTok went into forensic mode and analyzed the audio, comparing voice tones and breaths. One fan even layered it over Remy's previous interviews to prove it was her. However, screenshots quickly followed, with private direct messages purportedly dating back nearly a year. A month before her vow renewal with Papoose, Remy complained about feeling invisible in her marriage and called Eazy her escape. One message said, "Sometimes I wish I could just disappear with no cameras. No guilt, just peace." Another said, "You're the only person who listens without making me feel broken." Fans were reading in real time the breakdown of a marriage they had once idolized, and people were torn. Some accused Eazy of being a homewrecker, while others slammed Remy as a traitor. However, a boisterous online group of Eazy fans was celebrating. On a podcast appearance, Eazy was asked bluntly if he regretted how things turned out. He replied, "Regret? No, sometimes people are just meant to meet even if the timing is messed up." When asked if he ever worried about Papoose confronting him, Eazy said, as if their guy had just dropped a platinum album. Memes appeared showing Eazy stealing the queen like a game of chess. And one TikTok even showed a fake wedding edit, with Remy and Eazy walking down the aisle while Papoose sobbed in the background to the sound of X Factor by Lauryn Hill. He laughed and said, "Look, I got love for that man, but love isn't possession. If she left, she wasn't yours to begin with." That line was taken, reposted, and blasted on all platforms. The disrespect was unreal, and don't think Papoose didn't. Notice, because that's when he finally broke his silence late one night without warning. He went live on Instagram without any music or lighting, just him in a hoodie, looking like he hadn't slept in weeks. He didn't name names or disparage anyone, but he did say that you could love someone for the rest of your life and still not be enough. Not because you weren't good for them, but because they stopped being good to you. Fans were crying, and the comments came in like a tidal wave. Some fans dug deeper, pulling up old interviews in which Remy implied that she felt stifled, or that she wanted more freedom. Others suggested that she might have felt constrained by her ideal couple image. And others pointed out that she had always been the dominant one in the relationship. And I's more submissive, admiring demeanor made her feel powerful again. Whatever the reason, it was obvious that this wasn't a passing phase, but rather a full-on transition. And the public was considered like a reality show. YouTubers posted hour-long analyses, and commentators analyzed every bit of evidence. Even battle rap forums, which typically avoid celebrity rumors, had dedicated threads discussing whether Eazy had broken the code. However, things took a drastic turn when another leak surfaced, this time involving surveillance footage. Yes, a security camera at a recording studio in New York captured Eazy and Remy in what can only be described as an intimate embrace. No, we're not talking about a friendly hug. We're talking about pressed up hand on hip, whispering in your date night energy. Fatty Joe posted a mysterious Instagram story that read, "Loyalty ain't loyalty if it only lasts through convenience." 50 Cent, who is always the catalyst, reposted a meme of Remy and Eazy with the caption, "Yeldom studio sessions get dangerous." Cardi B even liked a tweet that said, "Protect black men who love deeply and suffer silently." The clip hit X, formerly Twitter, like a missile within 2 hours, garnering over 4 million views and a trending hashtag Remy and Eazy caught. Papoose once again remained silent. It was becoming a cultural moment, and that's when it became even more dramatic because someone from Ree's camp spoke out. An anonymous member of her PR team contacted a gossip website and revealed the truth, claiming that Remy and Eazy had been emotionally involved for a long time, but only got physical after she emotionally left the marriage. The source even claimed that Remy tried to gently tell Papoose, but he wasn't ready to hear it. They said this wasn't cheating, but sometimes love dies. Excuse me? And that's what we're calling this now. The backlash actually got worse. One fan wrote, "If love expired, why didn't you cancel the subscription before signing up with Eazy?" Another said, "Y'all love to romanticize betrayal until it happens to you." The public was not just heartbroken, they were split between Team Papoose and Team Eazy. Respect and rebellion, old school love. And she's allowed to be happy. As this online battle continued, guess what Remy did? She posted a selfie smiling while wearing Eazy's hoodie with no caption. This messy triangle had been limited to live streams, blog gossip, and Instagram shade until Papoose's legal team got involved. This post alone received almost 200,000 likes and over 60,000 comments, the majority of which were unkind. However, when a confidential cease and desist letter was inadvertently leaked by an assistant close to Eazy's team, it became evident that this was no longer just emotional. It was now legal. The letter, which was written just a few days after the infamous hoodie selfie, stated that Papoose was preparing to take action for public defamation, emotional distress, and unauthorized use of private content, presumably that leaked footage, because this turned into a full-fledged soap opera, with court filings, lawyers, and the possibility of divorce proceedings going public. Remy's camp is now claiming they were doctored, that someone fabricated the text to frame her, and that Remy never said, "You make me feel 25 again." The team from the studio, Papoose, believes it was purposefully released by someone in Remy or Eazy circle, and they want accountability. Fans aren't sure whether to laugh, cry, or grab popcorn. Smear campaign intended to harm her brand, distort the story, and silence her voice in her own story. But the problem is that no one is buying it because the public has already seen too much, heard too much, and felt too much. And when you don't speak up, people fill in the blanks for you. Brands that had been lining up to collaborate with Remy Ma started silently withdrawing. One even posted a passive-aggressive tweet that read, "Integrity is louder than lip gloss." Choose wisely. Meanwhile, Eazy, he doubled down and released a freestyle that some are referring to as a career-ending diss that was directed directly at Papoose. One bar literally read, "You kept her locked like a trophy in a case. I opened the door, now she's all in my space." Phew, the freestyle went viral in a matter of minutes, but not in the way Eazy had hoped. Most fans made fun of him for being petty, glitched and emotionally toned up, while others pleaded with him to stop talking. One trending comment read, "Bro thinks he's Romeo, but he's just a villain with bad metaphors." People began to speculate that she was planning her next move because she didn't post any selfies, brand tags, or shade tweets. Some said she was in damage control mode, while others thought she was regretting everything. However, when she finally broke her silence, it wasn't with an apology. Rather, it was a 1-minute teaser for a documentary called Unspoken. My Zada's story. It's a dramatic black and white production that shows her walking through the Bronx while writing in a journal, with headlines from the scandal flashing across the screen and her own words, "I've been loyal." Spin one tweet went viral with 30,000 likes, saying, "This isn't a documentary. It's an ego trip. It's got caught, and now she's trying to spin it." One thing was certain, though. Papoose had the world's attention again, but wasn't playing the PR game. Days after Remy dropped her trailer, Papoose posted a short video of himself in the studio, pen in hand, saying, "No beat, no. Silent, I've been lied on. And now I speak the comments, chaos." Half of the internet screamed, "Excuse me?" The other half flooded in with fire emojis and popcorn gifs. Real ones don't need to explain, they just create. The caption read, "Real ones don't need to explain, they just create." Fans took this as his return to the music, not the relationship, to heal and reclaim his identity. And that's when things took a startling new turn. Remy and Eazy were seen at a small dinner party in Jersey City that was allegedly hosted by a mutual friend. According to someone who was there, the atmosphere was strangely tense. People weren't talking to each other. Some of them had left when they arrived, and the public image was collapsing. The last straw was when a former friend of Remy Ma revealed, in an exclusive interview, that Eazy had been obsessed with her for years, even before she and Papoose had renewed their vows. The source claimed that Eazy used to talk about her as though she were a dream that he wanted to win, not love, but possession, and that the internet began to question whether this was ever truly about love or if it was just ego clout and access. Fans flooded forums with their new opinions, arguing that Remy was finessed by a battle rapper with a fantasy complex and that Papoose was the real one the entire time. For this reason, you don't ignore red flags just because in the meantime, Eazy's career was beginning to show cracks. 2 upcoming battle rap events quietly removed his name from the lineup, and a rumored brand deal with a streetwear label was put on hold indefinitely. His last freestyle hit 1 million views, but with a dislike ratio that would make a SoundCloud rapper cry, and Remy remained silent after the trailer. Because they rhyme, Papoose immediately became popular again, but this time as a symbol of grace and dignity. Since the internet never forgets, she may be re-redditing, silencing blogs, or posting cryptic captions. But she can also erase a legacy that the public has built with you. And when you betray that legacy, you don't just lose a man. You lose a movement. What did we just witness? From loyalty to leaks, from power couples to plot twists. The story of Remy Ma, Papoose, and Eazy the Block Captain has gone from shocking to downright Shakespearean. One man gave his heart, one woman pursued something new, and we live in a time where loyalty is ridiculed. Cheaters are given the spotlight, and those with genuine hearts are left out in the cold. However, that's not the end yet, because one thing about celebrity scandals is that they never remain buried for long. So, we ask you, the real ones watching at home, was this love or a long con? Did Eazy truly win Remy's heart? Or did Remy lose herself chasing attention in a game she already mastered? Where does Papoose go from here? Will he return stronger or walk away from it all permanently? We at Celeb Tycoon don't just spill the tea. We drag the whole truth through the dirt until the next time. Stay woke, stay messy, and stay tuned because something tells us this saga is far from over. The real story, the uncensored updates, and the next bombshell before it drops. Make sure to hit the like button. Smash subscribe and backhand index pointing right. Pointing right.